Hello everybody, we are going to go ahead and get started on the next unit, which is systems. Today we're going to be talking about systems of inequalities, just because we're going to do that first because we already did a lot of it when we were talking about graphing inequalities. So we'll talk about that. But before we even start, let's do a quick review, okay? So just a review of graphing inequalities on a coordinate plane. We just did this, so I'm not too concerned that you guys forgot it, but I just want to make sure you have it for this unit as well, okay? And it's not all gone. So there are 4 steps, and here they are. Sorry, I wrote a lot. It's big, that's why. So the first thing is we put it into y equals mx plus b form, slope-intercept, so that way we can get the slope and the y-intercept when we graph it. We go ahead and graph the line on the coordinate plane, and then we use a dashed line or solid line, depending on the sign, and we shade either above or below, depending on the sign. That shading part and the solid versus dashed part will tell us which ordered pairs are our solutions. So here's how you can remember for a dashed line, it's either going to be less than or greater than, no equal to part, but for solid, they have the equal to part. Okay? And then for shading, for below, since that's showing up already, we use the less than symbols, and for above, it's greater than. And if you need help, you can always look to Charlie. Okay? Have Charlie climb the mountain, and he can tell you where the sky is and where the mountain is, and that way you know where above and below the line is. If you have no idea who Charlie is, don't worry about it. Alright, next one. So that's the review. Now getting into this unit, which is systems of inequalities. Well, that's one part. The unit is systems. Today we're focusing on inequalities. System of inequality is basically a group of 2 or more linear inequalities. And it's basically creating a group, like you have a couple of inequalities on there, and you're looking for the solutions that satisfy all of them. Okay? So a solution to a system of inequalities is going to be the ordered pairs that are in all the shaded regions of the inequality. So the double shaded or the triple shaded will be where you find the solution. So that's where you're going to find solutions that work for both inequalities. And to be a solution to a system, it needs to work for all of them. Okay? So let's try one example. I do one example, and then you guys are doing 2 try on your own. It's really not that bad, though. So we have to find the solutions to the system of inequalities. So to do that, the only way we can do it is by graphing it. So here is the system, and it's always going to have a brace around it, typically. I mean, grammatically it should, but I don't care that much. So it has it, so you know that these are the 2 inequalities you're talking about for your system. Okay, so step 1, we had to get it into slope-intercept form. Now this bottom one already is, so I just put a blue thing around it so I can tell the difference. This is going to be one where if you have different colors, it might be beneficial for you to just keep track of which line represents which inequality. Okay? You don't have to, but it's definitely better if you do. It's a lot easier on your brain, and you are less likely to make a mistake. So that one I'm just going to do in blue. This one I need to get y by itself. So the very first thing I would do would be to subtract 2x from both sides, and I get this. And then I need to get rid of the negative sign, so I divide everything by -1, which means I have to flip my sign. So I really have y is less than or equal to 2x plus 4. And that one I'm going to do in red. I don't know why my little red circle is not appearing, but whatever. It's there. You guys know that's red, right? Yeah. Ah, that's going to bother me so much. It won't let me do it. Anyway, so that one's going to be red. And yeah, now we just go ahead and graph them. So this first one has a y-intercept of 1, so I plotted a little point there. And the slope is -2/3, so that means I can go down 2 and to the right 3, down 2 to the right 3, and keep going that way. Or I can go up 2 and to the left 3, up 2 to the left 3. Now it's less than, so that means it's going to be a dotted line. So I graph that. So because it's not equal to, and because it's also less than, it means I'm shading below. So this whole section below are where the solutions to that one inequality are. Y is less than or equal to 2x plus 4. 4 is my y-intercept, so I plot that little point right there with the red dot. And my slope is 2, meaning I can go up 2 and to the right 1, up 2 to the right 1, or I could go down 2 and to the left 1, down 2 to the left 1. It is equal to, so it means I'm going to have a solid line, but it's less than, so I'm going to cover everything that's less than that line. So the red shaded part tells you all the solutions for the red inequality. The blue tell you all the solutions for the blue inequality. This double shaded part is telling you all the solutions for both of them. So I just went in, when you do this with pencil, just make that double shaded part a little bit darker, or you can do what I did and make a hot mess, and I merged the colors together. So the purple is where all my solutions are for the system, okay? And we're going to check it by picking a test point out from this purple section. So I picked this one right here. I picked 0, -6. And to check it to make sure that I graphed it right, I'm just going to plug in 0 and -6 for the x and y for both these inequalities. I should get a true statement. Move that out of the way. So first one, and you want to plug it into, I mean, you can plug it into the one you found, but it's better if you plug it into the original, because then you can tell if it's not right. You can go back, and your mistake might be that you just converted it wrong to slope-intercept form, but I didn't do that, so whatever. So I plug it in. I get -6 is less than or equal to 4, which is true, so yay, it works for that one. Now I'm going to try it for the blue one. Plug it in. I end up getting -6 is less than 1, which is also true. So because it works for both, and it's from this double shaded part, I mean, that's the only place you're going to find things that work for both. This double shaded part, it is graphed correctly. Just a reminder, in this double shaded part, the stuff on the solid line here, those are actually solutions as well. The solid line means it's included, but only up until that blue line. Like all this stuff that's not in the double shaded part, not solutions. This dotted line in the double shaded part though, these are not solutions. Okay, and if you want to check it, you can pull a point off of this part, like 0, 1 would be one to test, or -6, -5, or sorry, -5, -6 would be another one, and check it to see if it works. You can try that out. Okay? The next two problems are try on your own, so you're just going to find the solutions to the inequality, so you will need to graph them. Okay? I did provide you with a graph. It's just not showing up on my my thing. What is this called? My video. Okay? And then this one, it's already graphed for you. You need to write the two inequalities. So this, they don't shade everything. They just shaded the double shaded part. Okay? That's enough though that you can figure out if it's shaded below or above the line. Alright, so give those two a try, and when we come back to class, I'll answer any questions you have, and we will do an activity on this to practice it some more. Okay? See you guys later.